Wishbone North. Yeah. Let's give it up one more time for Bufflehead. The first official performance of Bufflehead. And you know what? I think there's going to be many more to come. What do you guys, yeah? Liam?
Yes, we'll feel it out.
Yeah, we'll feel it out. We'll feel it out. Let's give it up one more time for the Dolphin Show. That was fun. That's a classic case of using the environment. You use what you got, and he did a great job. Thank you all for coming. My name's Hal Baum. I'm gonna play some songs now. So I was like making a set list for tonight, looking at all my songs I've ever written, trying to decide which ones to play, and I realized that pretty much, or like most of my songs have to do in some way or form with long distance relationships. Seems to be my lot in life to have girlfriends who then move far away, who then I date when they're not in the city. So the theme of tonight's set is long distance relationships. My girlfriend right now is in Maryland, which is exciting, in Olney, Maryland. It's a town no one's ever heard of, doing a show. So this one is all about that. This first song is about when you fall in love on vacation and then you have to come home and leave them behind, as it goes. Thank you, David. I found a lucky penny on the ground, but it was tail side up. So I had to flip it around and leave it for someone else's luck. Part of me hopes some lucky guy will find it, and if he forgets what a penny's worth, then maybe he'll remind it. And part of me hopes when I'm back around the world again, it'll be right there where I left it, just to be my lucky heads up friend. And I don't wanna go home, I wanna go back to you. No, I don't wanna go home, I wanna go back to you. I would throw a million pennies in a million wishing wells if it would make my wishes strong enough to let me hear your yells, if it would make my wishes strong enough to let me feel your hair again. And I just want to be there again, back in the Mediterranean. And I don't mind, no, I don't mind much usually, but now I find I mind the time it takes to fly to me. No, I don't mind much usually, but now I find I mind the time it takes to fly to me. And I don't wanna go home, I wanna go back to you. No, I don't wanna go home, I wanna go back to you. I was walking through the dusty streets of Jerusalem one morning. I found a lucky penny on the ground. As I bent down to pick it up, I saw that it was tail side up, and so it'd be unlucky for me to carry it around. But I've never been one for superstition, and I knew wishing well, and I wanted to do some wishing, so I picked it up and put it in my pocket. But my pocket had a hole, and so it fell, and I lost it. I picked it up and put it in my pocket. But my pocket had a hole, and so it fell, and I lost it. And I cursed my rotten unlocked. 'Cause every lucky penny's always tail side up. Yes, it certainly seemed I was fucked. 'Cause every lucky penny's always tail side up for me. I found a lucky penny on the ground, but it was tail side up. So I had to flip it around and leave it for someone else's luck. Part of me hopes some lucky guy will find it, and if it forgets what a penny's worth, then maybe he'll remind it. And part of me hopes when I'm back around the world again, will be right there where I left it, just to be my lucky heads up friend. And I don't wanna go home, I wanna go back to you. No, I don't wanna go home, I wanna go back to you. No, I don't wanna go home, I wanna go back to you. No, I don't wanna go home, I wanna go back to you. Back up a bit, I feel like I'm crowding the mic. So when you're in a long distance relationship, sometimes it can get a little messy. Sometimes you get a little angry. Sometimes this is hard. It's hard. It can be hard. Emotions fly left and right. So this next song is an angry song. It's probably the angriest of the night. So this is it. Baby, don't you know that I'm a dumbass motherfucker? Don't you know that I'm a motherfucking idiot? Baby, don't you know that I'm a dumbass motherfucker? When you say you love me, I believe it. When you say you love me, I believe it, believe it. When you say you love me, I believe it. Well, I sent you a letter, you didn't send me one back. Every time I think of you, I feel like I'm having a heart attack. But I ain't talking about cardiac arrest, I'm talking about the heart-shaped muscle that is pounding in my chest. I'm doing my best not to blame myself for the trouble that I'm in, not to blame myself for the trouble that I've caused, not to blame myself for the trouble that I'm in, but I need myself a scapegoat and you got hooked instead of pausing. Baby, don't you know that I'm a dumbass motherfucker? Don't you know that I'm a motherfucking idiot? Baby, don't you know that I'm a dumbass motherfucker? When you say you love me, I believe it, believe it. When you say you love me, I believe it, believe it. When you say you love me, I believe it. You're a puppy dog, but really you're just crying wolf. You're screaming love songs at the top of your lungs, but when you're playing backwards you can hear the curse. When your boyfriend cheats on you, or when you're drunk and lonely, you call me up and tell me that I'm your one and only. But the second that another guy stops zipping around, you take it all back and you drop me on the ground. Well, fool me twice, shame on me. Or fool me once, shame on you. But you fool me so many times that it's crazy, and there's only one conclusion that I can come to. It's that, baby, don't you know that I'm a dumbass motherfucker? Don't you know that I'm a motherfucking idiot? Baby, don't you know that I'm a dumbass motherfucker? When you say you love me, I believe it. When you say you love me, I believe it, believe it. But when you say you love me, I believe it. I used to be in a punk rock band. It was fun. I don't think I ever played that song in a punk band, though. Something about thrashing on a guitar, an acoustic guitar. Man, feels good. That's an angry song. Let's take it down a notch, y'all. That's out. We don't have to worry about it anymore. She's dead to me. I haven't seen that girl in 4 years. So why are we living in the past? Let's live in the present. My current girlfriend, who is away. So this is the song that I wrote for her. It's a sweet, lovely love song. I love her. Let me take this out because it's fuzzy. Every step 100 miles, every blink 100 years. When you step out of the room, something just disappears. I would talk 1,000 hours, I would shed 1,000,000 tears. I would pick 1,000,000,000 flowers or just drink a couple of beers. My sweet bean, I love you. My sweet bean, my sweet bean, I love you. My sweet bean, I love you. My sweet bean, my sweet bean, I love you. When you're lonesome. Every dog, 1,000,000 puppies, every cat, a kitten too. And I think the whole world loves me every time I'm with you. I would kill 1,000,000 witches with a single magic knife. I would dig 1,000,000 ditches or just live a single life. My sweet bean, I love you. My sweet bean, my sweet bean, I love you. My sweet bean, I love you. My sweet bean, my sweet bean, I love you. When you're lonesome. To follow her dreams in a city that never sleeps. That logic seems flawed if you ask me. Manhattan is pretty nice, but the rents are really steep. And in Chicago, water's free. And sure, you've got the Empire State, but we've still got the biggest skyline in the world. And sure, you got an ocean, and we just got a lake, but you're the only girl I've ever loved. So come back to Chicago. We all miss you here. Won't you come back to Chicago, my dear? Come back to Chicago. We all miss you here, so come back to Chicago, my dear. In the city, the summers are so hot, you can cook a fried egg on the sidewalk, and the winters are always so cold and gray there. And I love talking to you on the phone, but when you leave your love on the line, it has a tendency to stay there. And sure, you've got the Empire State, but we've still got the biggest skyline in the world. And sure, you got an ocean, and we just got a lake, but you're the only girl I've ever loved. So take a motor car, a train, a rollerblades, an aeroplane, just pack your backpack and come back to me, please. I want to see you again, because you're my best friend and I miss you. And if you take me up on my offer, you know I'd never leave you alone. Cause I love you so much and I want you in my life and I need you in my home. Not only on the phone, come back to Chicago. Whoa, we all miss you here. Won't you come back to Chicago, my dear? we all miss you here, so come back to Chicago, my dear. That was actually 2 songs. Gotcha! Trick ya, nice try. So, this next song is what I would call a classic folk song. Sometimes I like to play punk. Sometimes I like to be Frank Sinatra in that last song. That's the fun moment for me. Oh, come back. This one is a classic folk song. I was living in a tiny village in northwest Washington State called Holden Village. 50 people in a village. The closest town was 3 hours away by helicopter, and the seasons were changing. So it was winter, and then it was April, spring, which comes after winter. So all the snow and ice that had built up over the course of the winter, where the sun was not as present, was now melting. And so I was sitting in my lodge, looking at the window, watching all the ice melt, and I wrote this classic folk tale. It's called The Ballad of Sun and Ice. Sun says to ice, I miss when you were water. Back when things were nice, you'd reflect all of my daughters in your face. Little sunbeams on the surface of a lake. Sun says to ice, I miss when you were snow, reflecting all the light in the early morning glow of the dawn. Where have you gone? I remember you rushing like rivers in rain. It hurts me to see you so cold. I remember you rolling down warm window panes. When did you get so old? And then ice says to sun, where have you been? It's been a long time, my friend. Things have changed since you've been gone. It's been a long time. Where have you been? I've missed you all this time. I froze right here, I was waiting for you, I was waiting for you. Where have you been? Where have you been? Where have you been? Where have you been? Sun says to ice, I miss when you were water. Thank you. The Ballad of Sun and Ice. How's everybody doing out there? I feel like I've been doing the audience in a while. We're still doing good. That's good. Throw up some fingers. On a scale of 1 to 10, how many people, what's your favorite number on a scale of 1 to 10? 7? We got 7. Another 7. We got a 9. That's exciting. 6, 2, 3. We got another 3. We got a 4. Another 2. Oh, we got a 10. We got a 10 in the back. Mr. Burns loves 10. Me too. Double 2 5s. A 6? 69. Very good, twins. Very good joke. Can we get a 420? That'd be hard with just hands. 666. So this next song is about being sad. So brain of mine, so brain, full up with sticks and stones and stains. So brain of mine, so brain, open up the top and let in the rain. Ooh. So hard of mine, an older man's seam, ripped in the middle and split at the seams. So hard of mine, an older man's seam, all crusted with salt and all dusty with dreams. of mine, so hard, so brain of mine, sucked from the start. So brain of mine, these old hands wringing them rags and crushing them cans. Woo. And I can't find any way out. I'm believing in my doubts. I'll be leaving in the morning. I can't find any way out. I'm believing in my doubts. I'll be leaving in the morning. I can't find any way out. I'm believing in my doubts. I'll be leaving in the morning. This one's called "Put Your Head on My Shoulder." You know what? I've completely lost the long distance theme, haven't I? That one had nothing to do with it. This one has nothing to do with it. We're gonna get back there. The next one's definitely back there. But this one, for now, hey, okay. You know when your girlfriend's out of town, who do you spend your time with? Poof, your friends. They become a source of support for you. You might lean your head on their shoulder, and that's what this song's about. We were riding the train through a tunnel of light. We were making our way back home through the city at night. We had been to a party or two, gotten into a fight, laughed it off later on, towards the end of the night. Put your head upon my shoulder, I'll run my fingers through your hair, save your loving for your lover. I'm just happy that you're there, on a bench in the park, eating lunch after work, watching old ladies do Tai Chi, and sharing dessert. You rub the sleep from my eyes, I fix the hair from your face. You stick your fork in my thigh and ask if I want to taste. I put my head upon your shoulder, you run your fingers through my hair. Really soon we'll be much older, but I don't really care. Care. Put your head upon my shoulder, run my fingers through your hair, save your loving for your lover. I'm just happy that you're there. So this next song is another, we're back to long distance. My girlfriend's in Maryland right now, and only Maryland. So this is a song I wrote for her right before she left. We were talking about the other song, you know, every blah, blah, bee, blah, boo, blah. And she said that when she sings it in her head, she has trouble because she comes to, when you're lonesome, but then it's an instrumental. So it's just like, when you're lonesome, and then there's nothing. And she said it was like she was waiting for instructions, but they don't come, which is very poetic, but also sad. So this song I wrote with instructions for her. When you're on that plane, headed away from me, tray table your head, and then go to sleep. 'Cause when you're in the air, and I know you're not awake, I'll send you dreams, my sweet beam, of me and Tom Hanks. And I'm not trying to make you cry, but I'm thinking this song might. So if you're missing me right now, just know you can always call me. And I'm not trying to make you cry, but I'm thinking this song might. So if you're missing me right now, just know you can always call me. You can always call me tonight. And I'm not crying, and you're not crying. It's just these onions that we're frying. It's just that dust gets in our eyes when that airplane is solo flying. And if you're lonely out in Olney, know I'm also probably lonely. And you can call me if you're lonely, 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 sad and lonely. I'm not trying to make you cry, but I'm thinking this song might. So if you're missing me right now, know you can always call me. And I'm not trying to make you cry, but I'm thinking this song might. So if you're missing me right now, just know you can always call me. You can always call me. You can always call me tonight. For that song, but then I was like, how will I get it to my mouth? And if I had brought a kazoo, it would have been, everyone would have had kazoos.
Hell, I could have given you a kazoo.
Next time, I'll kazoo. Okay, so this next song is another classic folk story song. It's called The Bird. It's about a different kind of long distance. And there's a story behind it, which I shall tell you now. My friend Jen, when she was a very little girl, she had this dream where, when she was really little, like 6, she had this dream where she was visited by this giant anthropomorphic bird. And it had these giant eyes, and it just saw her with like so much love, and she like brought it to her elementary school and like showed it in her locker and showed it around her classroom, and it just like, it loved her so unconditionally. It was like this powerful connection she had with this bird in her dream. And then she woke up and the bird was gone, and it was devastating because this was like her beautiful bird friend that was just disappeared because it was all a dream. And then some like 30 years later, telling this story as an adult, she started crying because it was such a powerful connection she had with this bird in her dream that even so many years later, she still felt devastated by its disappearance. So this is a song that I wrote for Jen from the perspective of the bird. I saw you with my loving eyes. I held you in my feathered arms. I've led you through some starry skies, carried you to the other side, come no harm, and you opened your eyes. Jen, it's time for school, and you started to cry. I miss you too. I've been traveling for a very, very, very long time, trying to find my way back to you. There's a lot of giant cloudy mountains that I have to climb. I've been hopping through other people's dreams, seen disturbing things, some beautiful as well. I've seen nightmares that were too scary for me to even tell you about. And everywhere I go, I try to use my loving eyes and feathered arms to carry people from the other side away from harm. Some people, they just don't want to go. Other people, they are just way too gross. I'm sure you already know by now. I'm sure you already know. And you open your eyes. Jen, it's time for work. And you started to cry. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you too. I've had some friends who have faded away, but somehow I always seem to remain. I don't want to die. Thank you for remembering my eyes. Don't worry, I will always love you. 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 Don't worry, I will always love you.